Good morning, friends. You're tuned into Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here, it's not just about fixing cars. It's about keeping you rolling and saving you money, giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises, to the what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, a few good laughs. And I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins. We're shifting into gear this morning. I hope your week is going amazingly well. Weather is a little extreme and chaotic, but it is March. We have to remember that. It either comes in like a lion or goes out like a lamb. So I'm hooking it on. We're going out as a lamb. Things are going to get better, right? It can't last forever. Well, thanks for joining us this morning. Car Connection now with more ways to watch, listen, and engage. So don't forget to visit us on our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. We haven't talked about that part of what it is that we do as Car Connection. Has many moving components. We connect quality businesses to quality consumers, and we've done that for decades and decades. And that came along by our listeners for many years. Back in 2007, wanted us to create a website where people could connect with quality businesses that I vet myself. And we've been doing that for a long time. So in this changeover to complete digital, kind of put that on the back burner a little bit, but now we're getting ready to press on that gas pedal and connect with a lot more businesses. Now we're reaching so many we're on so many platforms, reaching so many people, and with your help, sharing, liking, following, subscribing, commenting, ringing the notification bell for new videos, joining our community, all those things wrapped up together with you helps us to grow and to meet, help, and support other people just like you and me. We get up, we have struggles, we have battles, we have victories, and some days you just feel like the cheese stands alone. Right on? Exactly. So we're going to begin building that part of our Car Connection platform back. We're going to build it back big, baby. Where have I heard that before? Yeah, it must have been in a dream. It had to be a dream. We're going to build back big, baby. Yeah. Okay. We move on. We don't want to digress this morning. We have a ton of things going on. Tomorrow, Fun Friday, we're just going to talk about stuff. Yeah, car stuff, how things are going with life. But we always keep religion and politics out of it. Amen to that? Exactly. This is a car show, and we're always going to keep it a car show. And let's keep it family style. Exactly. So thank you to our certified financial planning professionals, Tony Miele, Larry Tetro, for making this podcast available to you. They work with IG Wealth Management. I've known Tony and Larry personally for well over 20, going on 25 years. They are my personal financial planners. And when I tell you what I tell you, I'm telling you because it's from my own personal experience, what I've seen. And we will have some guests coming on. It's, we've changed over, a major changeover for us. And the next step is to be able to introduce you to a number of our program partners that past, present, and perhaps even future, from different professions that can help you in other areas of life, and that you know that you have someone that's in your corner that you can count on. And these two guys, they're two of the best, well-decorated, certified financial planning professionals, the most humblest guys you could ever want to work with. They can walk you through your investment portfolio. And again, when I say if it's with a bank, you need to get that hour and a coffee. You're not making any money, and I'm allowed to say that. Yes, I am. You're not making any money. They're making money. you're making pittance. They will work through a debt retirement plan for you. If you feel like you're well in over your head, don't give up. Get that hour and a coffee. They walk you through estate planning. So if you have a checkbook and a bank account, you know what? You need an estate plan. And it's not something you go to the Big W store and get a little packet and do it yourself. That will not protect your estate from CRA. Sorry to tell you, but the $20 or whatever it is to buy that packet, you leave yourself wide open to go into probate forever and ever. Amen. And your estate will be eaten away from those you would like to leave it to. I'm just telling you the truth. You got to know what you don't know. So estate planning, they handle it all. Beneficiaries, powers of attorney, and health proxies. They can arrange a mortgage. I don't do mortgages with banks anymore and haven't for 15 plus years. I love the mortgage department out in Winnipeg. The ladies are fantastic and the rates are spot on. Also, insurance is available for you. I have my life insurance, critical illness insurance there. These are all the nuts and bolts and nuggets and things that they can take care of for you. Anything on that list ring a bell at all? Well, if it did, leave your wallets at home. Leave your purse at home, ladies. The fellas aren't there to sell you anything. You get an hour and a coffee, a discovery meeting. And I would highly recommend, in the economic times we're in right now, don't sit and stew about it. Please don't do that. You're just grinding yourself out. And don't listen to those that are always more than willing to resolve every life's problems you have, but their life sucks. I'm just being nice. It's true. Be respectful, smile, nod, but if their feet aren't standing where you realistically want to be, don't listen. It's just like myself. Somebody brings me a car, it's been to 3, 4, 5, 6 shops. Nobody can fix it. But everybody has a trail that they were riding on to try and resolve that car's problems. I won't even walk that path. That's the way I'm trained. You do your own diagnostic, not follow another man, because he'll take you down 100 different rabbit holes. So book that hour and a coffee. Let them know that we sent you, and get your questions answered by those folks, no matter what profession it is. My best advice for you is, don't listen to the white noise. Respect those that are trying to resolve problems in your life and their life sucks. Just be kind. Be kind, smile, nod, and then go chase the answers with those who have the fruit on the tree. Life gets so much better. If you follow another man's path, you generally head into destruction. As my professor would say, Motormouth, how do you cross a minefield? Carefully? With your eyes closed? I don't know. He'd say, you listen to the person on the other end that's already crossed it. Let them call you through. So that's how you cross a minefield. Listen to someone who has already done it, standing at the other end, telling you, put your foot here. No, don't put, no, not there, over there. And you'll make it. And that's how, even with automotive service and advice, you got to know who you're working with, because it's so easy to get ripped off. Well, that was a long introduction. Egads, man. So I just wanted to get that in there. We're working on another area of Car Connection that's been a part of everything that we do, and that is connecting quality businesses to quality consumers and making them available to you through our website. And those are, we've got a few of our long-time program partners when we were on the air with us, and they're staying with us. So now Car Connection has more ways for you to watch, listen, and engage. So we're going to help you engage with those business owners in the past. And now that we're all set up and running and moving forward, some days my brain feels like I've been sucking on a fire hose. And yesterday was one of those days, as I'm learning some new things that I need to implement in order to make things run better, work better, and flow better. So you got to learn these things, and it's just like if you're sitting there in your car right now and you don't know a whole lot about other than how to unlock it, get inside, and where the gas goes, it can feel a little overwhelming. And I totally get that. I really do. I'm learning this electronic life, and some of it is like, woo, goes over my head. I can talk to cars much better than I can to computers, but if you want to move forward, you've got to leave something behind, and you got to be willing to, as I've always said, the mind only works if it's open, just like a parachute. Parachute only works when it's open. Your mind only works when it's open. So our website is a place we call the biggest drawer in our toolbox. So everything we talk about lives at our website, carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. The links to our program partners are there. Click on their logo, their profile page opens. You can get to meet them and learn all about them, and then connect with them. They're there to help you and answer your questions and get you moving in the right direction. You can trust them to do the right thing. And to me, it has never, ever, ever since 2007, everyone qualifies to be one of Car Connection's program partners or one of our recommended businesses just because you can pick up the tab. That's not how it works. If the criteria aren't met, I've turned down some humongous companies over 32 years. Why? Because I could not put my stamp of approval on the ethics of the companies. Period. I'm not willing to sell myself out for a buck. You can't buy Motormouth off. People have tried. They can't buy me out. It just won't work. So when you go to our website, you'll see the logos for our program partners and recommended businesses. Just click on their logo and you can meet them. All the pages are set up the same, nice and easy for you to navigate. On the top right-hand corner of our homepage, you'll find all the platforms that we're located on, and links are right there. So it's point, click, you're there. So our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. Our Skippy, our videographer, has built that website to connect local businesses and the community together in Stevensville. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's a great way for towns, small towns, to work together as community and business owners. So they put us a profile page there. Just click on the businesses tab and search for us. You'll find us, and you can email me through that website as well. And there's some fantastic eateries in Stevensville. There's the Safari Niagara is there. That's a big draw. And there's all kinds of things going on in that little town. It's a busy little place. The eateries are fantastic there. Food is really, really good. But it's small town community. And, I don't know about you, but I really like that. I've been in the big city. I've lived in the big city. I've lived on the 22nd floor of a high-rise in downtown Hamilton. I've done all those things, but you know what? I grew up in the country, working on farms as a kid at age 13, picking fruit all summer, and I loved every single minute of it. Every single minute. There's nothing I could say to complain about. I enjoyed every minute, every year of that lifestyle, and it's nice to just be in a rural community here in Fort Erie. We're on the south shores of Lake Erie, and I hope you've had a chance to go on our YouTube channel and watch Skippy and I. We skipped out of the shop that day and spent several hours on the frozen Great Lake called Lake Erie with ice castles and ice caves and moguls and all kinds of amazing sights and sounds out there. So we were lucky. We went when we did. We had a beautiful blue sky day. Sun was shining. The lake was frozen as far as the eye could see. There were fisher persons probably about 1.5 miles, 2 miles out on the ice, and we brought all that to you to show you what we deal with in the winter on the south shores of Lake Erie, and how important it is to have our homes prepared for winter and have our vehicles prepared for winter as well. And we get some wicked storms come in off that lake because it's the most shallowest Great Lake out of the whole bunch. So with that said, let's get our morning weather report. And if you're already slid through the drive-through and got your beverage, I'm there with you in about 30 seconds. Let's see what we've got for weather today. Who knows? That's what I say. It has been extremely wacky weather. We had some snows yesterday, but it really wasn't on the radar. It was on and off all day yesterday. Then it tried to turn into rain. Then the sun came out. Well, yesterday's low was 16 degrees. That should give you an idea. It was feeling a little like winter yesterday. What do we got for today? Well, it looks like a high of 42. Yes, a high of 42 and an overnight low of 30. And I speak in Fahrenheit for you, okay? Keeps it simple. 31 degrees right now and cloudy. Wind is making it feel colder, and about 26 degrees. Partly cloudy conditions expected around 4 p.m. today. And today's temperature range is from 30 degrees to 42 degrees, feeling more like 24 to 34. So we're still in the cold phase, but I think based on patterns, I think we're going to flip over quickly. That's what I'm going to say. I think that we're in this turbulent weather right now. You pretty much need to take your whole wardrobe with you, from snow pants to shorts and a t-shirt. But we're going to flip to like 70, 75 degrees, and we're all going to be like, I think I got the vapors. Whew. Having a hot flash. Yeah. So thank you to the Grimo family for bringing us the morning weather report. You got your morning beverage ready? They're located at 5000 Montrose Road in Niagara Falls, and they have been busy building Canada since 1931 with building supplies, hardscape, landscaping materials. So ladies, fellas, if you have an idea for how to create and what you would like to create for your backyard space, your backyard living space, they can help you to get that job completed. They can connect you with contractors you can trust that will start the job, estimate the job, and get it done, and work around the weather. Of course, when you're working outside and that's your deal, you get what you get, and you keep moving. So connect with the Grimo family of Niagara Block. Let them know what you're trying to accomplish and get them in on it so that you can enjoy that backyard space that you have always wanted. Well, what we're going to be talking about this morning is you got to fall in love with the battle to get to the result. So I'm going to unpack that for you in some further details to encourage you and help you to save money on your automobile. Save money on service, repairs, maintenance, gas, the whole package. How would you like to put more money back in your pocket, own and operate an older automobile that's bought, paid for? There's no principal interest payments. When you turn the key, you're not in partnership with the bank. Is that of interest to you? If it is, you're on the right channel. Well, on 3, 2, 1, let's enjoy our morning swiggy together. If you're just slipping through the drive-thru, always, always, always double check your order. People make mistakes, and, don't be nasty. I know it could be before coffee, BC. Yeah, that's difficult. That can create an emotional moment. Yeah, and then create emotional damage. We don't want to do that. So be polite, but check your order. And if it's wrong, still be nice. Don't hurt anybody and with words, that's for sure. Lock that cup down in your cup holder. Keep an eye on the other guy. If your Skippy is with you this morning, give him the crayons, him or her. 16-pack of Crayolas. You can count on those. And a leaf bag folded up. We call that the Car Connection Workshop laptop. Yeah, it never gets broken. You just keep on folding it and write on it. So whatever your morning beverage is, we thank Earl and Louise Grant at City Auto Sales and Leasing for bringing our morning swiggy together. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's good this morning. I put some fresh honey in there. That's my healthy cup of joe in the morning. Gets my motor running, apparently. So, hey, if it does, if your motor's running and running smoothly, you're in good shape already. Absolutely. If the tires are on the blacktop and not facing the blue sky, it's going to be a great, great day. But remember, our Car Connection Motor Mouth merchandise online store is also on the top right-hand corner of our homepage. Just click on it and grab yourself some Car Connection Motor Mouth gear and join the crew in the battle against addiction. We're really supporting that because it affects all ages. So when you purchase our merchandise, it helps us to help those who have made that decision to take on their addiction and beat it and get them to a total freedom addictions campus, Canada and USA, where that's what they do. There's a brand new life awaiting for them there. It's not a program. It is a life-changing campus. They deal with addiction only, and they've been doing it for 20 plus years with success. Their success rate is 100%. And you say, Motormouth, how is that possible? Well, 100% of those who have made that decision to beat and tackle and wipe out their addiction will have 100% success. It's up to the individual. It's up to the individual. You can't fight what you can't see. So if you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, we're here to help you. This is the tool that will work. It's an alternative addictions program bringing Christ-centered healing and restoration to individuals and families that have been deeply enslaved by cycles of addiction and destructive behavior. I've seen lives change there, and if you want to see that too, there's lots of testimonials available on our website. Just click on their link and open the profile page. You'll be blown away. Absolutely. You can't fight what you can't see. Once once they admit that they have an addiction and it's theirs to own and they hurt loved ones. I've been there. I've been in a relationship with someone exactly like that. But if they're not ready to go, you can't make them go. You just can't. They have to be ready to go and tackle their addiction. And so Total Freedom Addiction campuses are there to do just that. It's a great tool to have in our toolbox. So come along and grab some gear and know that you're walking with the crew at Car Connection and battling against addiction. It's all about working together, right? Well, let's jump into our topic so that we can unpack it a little bit more for you. What does that mean? You got to fall in love with the battle to get to the result. Well, it all comes down to wanting just what I talked about. You got to be wanting and willing to change. If you want to change some things in your life, you've got to change some things in your life. And I'm a prime example of that, having to, after 31 years, having to rebuild, redesign, reformat, and learn stuff that I never thought I would have to learn as an automotive service tech. Absolutely not. If my typing teacher, Mrs. LeBlanc, was here, she'd be saying, I told him he'd need to learn typing skills, that it wasn't a waste of time. There's one. Math, Mr. Leslie, my math teacher, would say, you have to learn the crappy crap. The stuff that you don't want to learn, you have to be willing to learn it. And he mentored me one-on-one. And it was a good thing because on the automotive exam that's 4 hours long, that's just one, and I wrote 2 to get my diesel license. It's brain damaging because you have to know the formulas to answer the questions on the exam. So math, ding, 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 There's another one. And I can go on and on and on. Computers, I can use a scan tool, engine analyzer, digital voltometer, all those trick tools that we use now to diagnose. And you have to know, A, what tool to use, B, how to use it, 3, how to diagnose using that equipment. That comes to me easily. But having to learn how to podcast, how to schedule it, how to edit, how to upload, how to export it, how to convert it to MP3 files, how to make sure that it's in the right kilobytes, all those things and then some, that's enough to give you a bad rash in a place we can't talk about. Exactly. So when I say you can learn the basic fundamentals on how to take care of your automobile, yeah, it may seem like a battle, but you know what the victory is? Putting more money back in your pocket. It works like a charm. I've been doing it for decades. I've been helping companies all over the Niagara region working on their vehicles, their fleet vehicles, keeping them running, making sure that they're completely checked over, serviced, maintained, parts replaced that need to be replaced. And that is how I designed the Car Connection Fleet Maintenance System. If you grab a hold of that fleet maintenance system, I'll be checking in with our webmaster to see if we have the page up and running yet so that you can just click into our website and take a look at what I've created decades ago and have refined it and brought it back, and it works perfect on light truck passenger vehicles in maintaining 10, 15, 20-year-old cars and driving them daily without issue. Because that's the sales and marketing pitch that is coming at you at 100 miles an hour every single day. Make the payment, drive this beautiful vehicle. Yeah, and then you got to work like a dog to pay for it. You know, home to work, home to work, home to work, home to work. You're like the little hamster on the wheel. Run, 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 run. Get off, lick the little ball, get a drink, grab a pellet, jump back on, run, 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 run. And over and over and over again to make a stupid car payment with interest because someone tells you it's not cost effective to have an older automobile. You're throwing money at something that has no value. Oh, it has value, baby. Anyone who wants to take me on with that challenge, I will take your lunch money and your milk money. Yeah, because this is what I do for 44 years. You can give me any piece of junk out there that has a list of problems as long as your left leg, or maybe your right leg if the left one's shorter, and I can keep it running. And I'm proving that point right now with the 2008. That is, my understanding is that's first generation Nissan Rogue, and it had problems. And there's a ton of them out there now, just like the Toyota RAV4. That's a great ride as well. And the CR-V. Those are really good. I had my 98 Honda CR-V 15 years. And I've seen it a couple times. It's still going. It's still going. I sold it at 239,000 miles. It was American, one owner. So you can keep these vehicles going a very long time. And that's what our Car Connection Fleet Maintenance System is all about, is so that you have the tools in your hand and it's not difficult. If you can make a grocery list, this is for everyone, all age groups, seniors, young adults, and moms and dads. I would highly recommend you get your young adults involved in owning and taking care of the automobile. That if you've provided them with one, I'm not a fan of that. I think the kids need to have some skin in the game. Absolutely. And they need to be taught from the very beginning. Just like, why don't they teach finances and economics in the schools anymore? There's a big question, isn't it? Why not? When I was in school, might as well say it. Yeah, we walked up hills both ways with no shoes on, in a storm, on broken glass, through fire and embers, just one way. No, just kidding. I'm not that old. Anyhow, You need to teach your sons and your daughters responsibility of vehicle ownership right from the get-go. And that is a great question. Why are they not teaching our kids in school economics? How to be financially free? That's a great question. How to manage money, how to understand it, how to work with it, how to get it working hard for you instead of you hard for your money, and setting them off with a good foundation about economics. Wonder why they took that out of school. Well, knowledge is power. That's what my professor would say. If you're willing to learn and you're willing to take on some skills, you'll be way ahead of the other fella. And that's why I'm here. Because there is nothing in life that you're going to be able to do and get to the desired results without a battle. And I like to pick on weight loss because, there's these things that get in the way. There's wishes, there's wants, there's needs, and there's gots. Gots are the things that you have to have. Roof over your head, water, heat, electricity, food, and a really comfortable mattress. Yeah, you need to have health. Without health, nothing matters. Period. Game over. So no matter what it is you want to accomplish, if you want to save money and put more money back in your pocket, then you've got to have a game plan. You got to draft that plan. It's got to be on paper in front of your face with a start date. If there's no start date, then it's a wish. And setting goals. There's wants. Wishes. I wish I could lose 20 pounds. I wish I looked better. And I can go on and on and on in that area. Oh, I wish I could go on vacation. Well, if there's no plan, then it just stays as a wish. A want is something that you don't necessarily need. And that's where why I talk about car payments and interest. Yeah, if you got sold into marketing that you can't own and operate an older automobile, that doesn't work. The talking heads are lying to you. And this is where working hard and winning the car game and becoming a prosumer, not a consumer. I see the ads. I hear the ads. I've heard even conversations when I've gone to pick parts up at dealerships. What a load of crap goes on out there. The sales pitches, man, I'm glad that cows don't fly. Honest to goodness. You'd have to walk around with a snow shovel to get yourself a path back to your car. The stories, the games, the lies, the chaos, it's confusing. And so we have to narrow that confusion and have a game plan and follow the game plan and stay to the plan no matter what. So again, the reason for having a maintenance plan for your automobile so that you, yourself, no matter what age group, what size you are, single, married, divorced, unknown, whatever, you can all use the game plan that I put together. And you implement the plan and put a check mark. So like I said already, if you can make a grocery store list, and as you go through the store, what do? You check it off, right? Yeah, you go, got that. I do that myself. I go in the grocery store with a list. And also keeping in mind, doing an I Spy, looking for items that I use on a regular basis that are on sale. Then I will forgo something on my list to grab some of those sale items and put them in the pantry because I built quite a pantry. That's what you need to do, especially in this time. And don't tell everybody all about it like I just did. Build yourself a pantry. Keep that older car going. Don't listen to the talking heads because they're dying for sales right now. Let me tell you, they are dying for sales. The automotive industry is upside down and sideways right now. There's no money. There's no money. A majority of families all across Canada are less than $200 away from going bankrupt. Jobs are an issue, but we got to stay positive and pump each other up. We got to be in each other's corner, and that's what I'm doing. Keep that older car. If it's not rotted out, you've got a foundation. Work with it. Get it back up to speed. If there's nothing major wrong with it, you've got a good foundation to work with. That's why I don't buy newer cars. You couldn't give me a 2026 anything today. I don't want it. Don't bring it here. It's junk. Yeah. Unless it's top end, it's junk. It's expensive junk. It doesn't even last just past the warranty. And then when the warranty's over, look out, baby. Here it comes. Yeah. They're so thin. The body metal is so thin it only has one side. So once you see a nerdy on there, a corrosion nerdy, if I grind that off for you, there's already a hole there. Yeah, that's the quality that you're paying big money for. $64,000 for a Jeep? Come on, man. In 7 years, be lucky if there's anything left of it. This is the problem. So an older vehicle that's built better, as my friend Spencer says, keep your old washer and dryer going because those are diehards. You can still get the parts, keep them running. They're far better than what's in the store today. It looks pretty, but it's pretty nice junk. Everything's built cheap and nasty. That's what I call it, cheap and nasty. And we're seeing that in the automotive world for parts. I'm having to source parts places where I never even thought I'd be going in order to get the quality back in the shop. Because a lot of the companies that we've bought parts from have sold themselves out. The big fish have eaten and swallowed the littler fish to get rid of the competition. And then what do? They reduce the quality of the product that we've known for decades. So let's circle back. And I hope you understand that there's going to be a battle in order to get to the end result. Nothing happens without effort, friends. Nothing. And it is worth it all the way. Let me tell you, it is worth it. It is a good feeling to go out to the driveway, grab a set of keys, hop in something that's 15, 18, 19 years old, and it's reliable and it's fit as a fiddle, and down the road you go. It doesn't matter what you own, you're going to have to put effort into it. And I always like to use the analogy of car shows. People go around to the car shows drooling. I do. I wear a scarf now. Yeah, they can't tell. I like to hear the backstory. I like to hear, where did you find this vehicle? What is its history? And how did it get back into this condition? Did you find it in this condition, or did you get it a labor of love and bring it back to this condition? I love to hear that story because it tells you of the battle, the effort that had to go in, and I call it a complete labor of love because you can't count the hours that you spend rescuing a vehicle or restoring a vehicle and bringing it back to life. Car shows are a perfect example of there has to be a battle in order to get to the desired results. If you're unhappy this winter, you've gained 15, 20 pounds, or your butt's the size of a heifer and you're not liking the way you feel, then change it. But you've got to draft a game plan to get you to the desired results. And when you do that and put a start date on it, now you got to be prepared to pony up. It's time to pony up. You know, you can talk about it, but when you don't do it, it just becomes a wish, not a got. You got to move it from a wish to a got. If you're in over your head with debt, it's not over. It's not over, and no, she's not singing. You need to sit down with Tony or Larry, put all the cards on the table. They're going to help you draft a plan, and they're going to put a start date on it, and we're going to implement the plan. You're going to run the plan and check your progress along the way. And if you miss the target, you reset it and you run again until you get to the desired result. But are you all in? That's the question. Are you all in? I'm all in. I'm not making any car payments anymore. Not interested. And I am certainly not interested in the newer junk. It's not worth the price. The price of goods doesn't match the quality of the items. Does not even close. And that's how you get hung out to dry. Older vehicles, 10 years, and there was a statement that I shared with you that a tech online said, quality cars versus affordable. Older, better, and reliable. He owns a shop in Maine. When he said that, I'm like, wow, that's exactly it. That is the formula. And that's what they're seeing in the service bays. So you're out there making payments on this junk. And I'm not saying they're all junk, but you know what? The domestics, they need to pull their socks up. Absolutely. The fit, the finish, the quality of electronics, the quality of all of it, lots of plastic. Might as well make the whole car out of plastic. Then it can just go through the shredder at the end of the day. Yeah, it's the quality's not there. You know, you got to go for the higher end stuff. And I can say it, Toyota, Honda, I like some of the Nissans, but they too have a ways to go. Some people don't like Hyundai, but you know what? We got one, and that thing's been amazing. It's been amazing. It's an amazing little hopper, and it runs on farts in a jar. I mean, the thing's great on gas and easy to work on. There you go. That's what you need. Because if they're easy to work on, that's less money in labor when the vehicle's in the shop. Did you know that? That's how that works. Less money on labor. So again, getting back to the topic this morning. Are you all in? No excuses. The only excuse Motormouth will receive and accept is you got to make soup. Anything else is just a lie from the pit of hell. Are you all in to save money? To cut corners where you can cut corners without cutting quality and stuffing money back in your bank. So when you're out there running the miles, being away from your kids, earning a paycheck, it's not what you make, folks. It's what you get to keep that counts. What you get to keep. We need to turn that around. Where you know what? You're getting value from selling your time. And it's coming back to you tenfold and putting more money back in your bank account than less. But it's going to take some sacrifice. You know, you don't need to be going out there, buying a vehicle, making a $1,500, $1,600, $2,200 a month payment to drive something to impress people you don't even know and you don't even like. And at the end of the day, you know what you got? Go and trade it in. Watch how much money they offer you. And put that up against how much you paid for it. And I'll leave you with this. My parents in 1988, they were big trailer people. They traveled the roadways, my mom and dad together all the time. They bought a 1988 brand spanking new, ordered from Ford, an XLT, extra cab, long box, F-250 with a 4.3 gas-sucking pig under the hood, like 8 miles to the gallon on a good day with a tailwind. And they pulled a 34-foot fifth-wheel trailer with that. They paid at that time in 1988 $37,000 for it. And 7 years later, they offered them not even 11 grand for it. It was in mint condition. They were like $7,500. We'll give you $7,500 for that. It's like, I think it was less than 7 years old. Then they wanted to buy the diesel dually, Ford F-350 or something. The big thing, the big machine. I had one of those. I kept it for about a year. Didn't like it. Got stuck in supermarkets like twice People park so they think you can swing that thing around. It's a behemoth, that thing. 4-door, dually, 7.3 liter diesel. You need a football field to get it turned around, and people would lock you in like you got a little jelly bean car and have to sit there and wait for them to come out of the store so we could get out of the parking space. That didn't work. So anyways, that's a lot of money back then. $34,000, $37,000, and then just a few years later, you're getting offered $7,500 on a trade. You understand what I'm saying? I think a lot of you do. If you're car people, if you're sick and tired, fed up, disgusted, and bored about getting ripped off in the service bays, having super duper large repair bills, I can help you with all of that if you're willing to listen and do. Listen and do. The do does, the did is done, and that's how you got to live life. Learn from those that can bring something to the table. And I've been blessed for many years to work with some very, very hard, tough instructors, and I thank them for that. Maybe not so much at the time, but today, in today's world, I thank them for being tough on me. I thank them for pushing me to do things that I didn't like to do to make me better at my craft. They saw more in me than I saw in myself. And each and every one of you, I've driven those miles. I've driven 90 minutes one way to work and worked 80 plus hours a week for 4.5 years. And that was enough. That was enough for me. That really got me thinking that if this is life, take me now. Exactly. You don't need to do that. That's what the talking heads say. That's the white noise. And we got to stop listening through to the noise and listen further for the signal. That's the truth. The signal. And I'm giving you the signal. You can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. I don't care what my neighbor says. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I could care less. I could care less. You stay the course. No matter what. You stay the course. You all own a 10 or 15 or 12-year-old vehicle and it's solid and it's not rusted out underneath. You've got a foundation. That vehicle is worth gold right now. Gold. I kid you not. Things aren't getting better, folks, but we got to get smarter than the cat. And when we do that, we can win together. I'm in your corner. Niall Motormouth Jenkins. You can connect with me anytime. Tomorrow is Fun Friday where we let down our hair if we have enough. And no, I'm not bald, but I like to wear my hair short now. I did tour with rock and roll bands and stuff and had hair down to my butt and spandex pants, and thank goodness there were no cameras back then. I like to keep my hair neat and tidy now because it just makes it easier when it gets covered in schmutz. Working on a vehicle, grease, oil, whatever, gets caught in there and it's just a mess. Absolute mess. I'm in your corner. Tomorrow's Friday. We get to let our hair down, have some fun. Saturday's coming. That's Q&A. So if you have questions, fire them over to me. Don't be shy. People are sending them over. Ask your questions. Guys, ask your questions. Put your pride aside and ask the questions. Where else do you have access to a fully licensed, fully qualified automotive service tech, cars, trucks, coaches, highway trucks for free? For free. My licenses are right on the wall behind me here in the studio in my office. I just paid my tickets for another year and I'm on the floor. I do the work. Watch the videos. If you haven't subscribed to our videos, and I know many of you are enjoying the videos, but 93% of you have not signed up yet, haven't subscribed. I'm not sure why, but that would certainly help our platform, because the whole idea of everything we do here for Car Connection, have been for 32 years now, is to help you get a better understanding of your automobile and understand that it's not difficult to understand your automobile. The basics and the basic fundamentals never change. Just the way that they're performed is different. That's all. The way they're performed is different on the vehicle. And they're not as technical as we think. We make things complicated. We do. We make them complicated. And the problem with the vehicles is they're built by man. They're not perfect. And neither are we. So we got to work with it. That's why I like the older technology has proven itself to be more reliable than the new stuff. It's that simple. More reliable. So Saturday is Q&A. If you got questions, you need to fire them off to me now through email, and you can do that through our website. There's a website form there, carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, and the emails come directly to me. I put all that information in the description boxes for YouTube videos and also for all our podcasts. And again, I highly recommend you don't skim the description box, because I purposely put nuggets in there that I know I won't be talking about on the air. I will not get the opportunity to go through all the bits and pieces and nuggets of information that will help you better understand your automobile, whether you're a widow, man or woman, single mom, married, divorced, on your own. You can do this. You can run that automobile just like a little business and put money back in your pocket and keep that thing going and running and reliable for years and years to come. So Q&A Saturday for 1 hour, 8 till 9. So send in your emails with your questions, and I will answer them on the program for Saturday. Tomorrow is Fun Friday. Come to the table. Let's have a few laughs together, let down our hair, and just have some fun. Make it a great day. We're almost at the weekend, and I can't believe it that the March break is rolling through very, very quickly. We'll see you tomorrow morning for another edition of the Motormouth Morning Drive. Have fun. Keep it under 100. Happy, healthy motoring. Peace, patience, and kindness always. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Come and join us. Bye for now.